Hey everybody, are y'all ready for our new Power Book 3 review, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 4? If you ain't ready, you better get ready.
You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table. Where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little. Get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Come on in, everyone. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the hood table. If you are not already subscribed, please and thank you so very much. And sorry, I apologize for being a little bit late. I will say it wasn't my fault, but it was my fault. I was just working late and did some overtime today and then just lost track of time. And then I got some bad news, like right before I was about to come live, somebody texted me and actually sent me a picture of someone and said they just died. And I was like, who is that? That person looked familiar. No, it's not that person that I'm thinking of. No, that can't be them. And then they said, yeah, it's that person that you're thinking. So rest in peace. I don't want to say their name out loud, but rest in peace to somebody who I've known for a very, very long time, who has been a family friend of our family for a long, long time. But yeah, they texting me about it right now. Oh, I have to call them back after the show. But anyway, we are here for another review of Power. Yay! What's up, Lady Virtue? How you doing, boo? Yes, we are here for another review of Power. And please let me know what you thought about the episode. It is season 1, episode 4, and it was titled Don't Sleep. And you can't. Like literally, the way they running those streets and making those deals and getting popped and all that kind of stuff, they cannot sleep. They can't be sleeping on nobody. And I think that's basically what the show is about. Not necessarily not paying attention to your surroundings, but don't sleep on those close to you. But anywho, yeah, make sure you let me know what you thought about the different subjects or storylines that we're going to be talking about. Let's see, where should we start? Okay, we're gonna start right at the beginning. Okay, so Rock. Now please let me know what y'all honest opinion of Symphony, please, because I'm just not feeling him, and I don't know why. It might be because he's young, it might be because he's so bright skinned. No offense to the bright skinned brothers, but I prefer them very dark. But I don't know. I don't know if something is up with him, and I can't put my finger on it right now. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about Symphony, the young dude that Rock is dating, that her son obviously does not like. Now, when she comes home, she came home to find Kanan, slaving away over a home cooked meal. She had kind of forgot about their weekly dinner dates. They're like once a week on a certain day. I don't even remember what day it was, but once a week on a certain day. Her son, he serves her, he slaves away in the kitchen, makes a delicious home cooked meal, and they sit at the table and they eat and they talk, things like that, quality time. But now that she's with Symphony, I guess she done forgot all about their little dinner dates. And so Kanan, he was obviously upset, and being that he was upset, she was like, okay, well, we did go out to eat, but we're gonna sit down here and eat a whole nother meal. They actually sat down and ate a whole nother meal of spaghetti and meatballs. But I did like how, even though I still can't say right now what it is I really don't like about Symphony, I did like that he did promise not to take Rock out again on that particular night of the week. And it kind of like softened the blow a little bit. But Kanan wasn't really upset with Symphony. He was more upset with his mom anyway, because Symphony didn't know about their dates. His mother did. It's been like I guess it's like a long long-standing tradition or something. You said Symphony doesn't say. Yeah, it's something about him. He just seems to. It's like they're not even. They don't seem compatible to me. Like Rock is like this thuggish woman. She's very rugged around the edge. She's a big time dope dealer, gangster, and this guy's like a college student. He just seems like just totally not what she would normally kick it with or something. I don't know. I don't know. He seemed like he'd be putting 20 on 10 with her. So I don't know. I can't put my finger on it yet, but yeah, I agree. It's something with him doesn't sit well with me either. And it obviously don't sit well with Kanan too, but I think it's more the age thing. But yeah, his mother knew all about the date. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about Laverne, aka Jukebox, and her relationship. Is it a relationship? I mean, I don't remember them saying, will you be mine? Will you be my girlfriend? Will you go with me? Yes or no? Maybe so, or nothing like that. They just kind of met, and then they started liking each other, feeling each other. Started off with a few kisses, and then next thing you know, Jukebox is over this girl's house, in the Upper East Side. Far away from where Jukebox is from, and the white girl, she does seem to really like Laverne, but it seems like she's a little bit more fast paced than Laverne. Like she might have been around a block a couple of times, And then in this episode, we realize that Jukebox ain't really been around the block, and I don't think she's ever been with a woman, a girl, or a boy, because when they had got together, they was around the white girl. And what is the white girl's name? Y'all, please give me the white girl name. I don't know why I keep forgetting because I never heard, and I might be tripping, but I have yet to hear Laverne call her by her name. And I told you I was looking at the cast member list last week, and I'm like, all these white women, no shade, they all looked alike. So I'm like, which one of them is? Y'all, don't judge me. They say we all look alike. No, y'all all look alike, okay? But anyway, if y'all know what her character name is, please let me know so I can stop calling her white girl. But anyway, they was playing around in her bed, wrestling around, tussling, whatever you want to call it, in her bed, playing around. And the mother of the white girl, she comes in, and the mother seems kind of cool. She was like, what's going on? And then she noticed the videotape on the television, because remember they had went to the, how it used to be back in the day in the malls, and they had those amateur like studios. You just go in there, you sing, you make a tape or whatnot. So they was watching themselves on the tape. And the lady, she was very, very impressed with Jukebox and her vocals. And then the dad walks in, and the dad starts cussing, and the wife chastising him. And he's like, I'm sure she's used to worse than that from where she comes from. Isn't that right, Laverne? And she was like, yeah, okay. So she thinks, the parents are pretty cool and everything. But the comment that got me was when the white girl told Laverne, yeah, my parents are kind of cool, but they not cool with a lot of things. And to me, y'all tell me what y'all think about that, because to me, I think she was trying to say that her parents are really cool and laid back, but they might not be that cool if they knew she was a lesbian or gay, or maybe that she was a lesbian and she liked another lesbian who was black. Like, you know how some of them are, especially back then. We are talking about like the late 80s, early 90s. Back then, gay relationships was not that welcomed in a lot of homes across the world in society. And then interracial couples, I mean, it was becoming more well known back then, but still, these people is bougie. They live in the Upper East Side. They is wealthy. And then Laverne, she lives like in the projects in the hood, and so I don't know. I don't know what she meant by that, but I was like, the undertone and that, I don't know, Laverne, if that's who you want to be kicking it with. But anyway, when they started making out, child, Laverne had no clue what the hell she was doing. You said Nicole. Is that her name, Nicole? I'm about to write that down. Ooh, let me text myself. Hold up. You said it's Nicole. Man, I'm gonna put Nicole question mark. Okay, I'm gonna do some research. You probably right though, but I'm gonna check it out because I just can't remember that doggone girl's name. But okay, I typed it on my computer, Nicole. So I'm gonna look into that. But what was I saying? Oh. Laverne, jukebox. She didn't really know like her way around the female body, so you could tell that she was probably a virgin, uh, with guys and girls. But that white girl, she knew exactly what she doing. Did y'all see that girl? She was when she went downtown. She had Laverne. She was so out of breath, eyes rolling back her head. She was like, is this what it's all about, being with a girl? That ain't my cup of tea, but no judging, no judging. But yeah, she had her. She was seeing stars, seeing stars. But yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all thought about that scene between those two ladies. And if you think that their parents, or we gonna say Nicole, allegedly, if her parents would be cool knowing that she was a virgin. I mean, knowing that she was a lesbian and dating per se a black girl. So yeah, let me know. You said you think it's both. I think so too. For some reason, it was just the way she said it. They cool, but they ain't cool with a lot of things. I was like, okay. But anywho, y'all make sure y'all liking and sharing the video, please. Liking and sharing the video for me. But okay, we gonna get to the juicy stuff. We leading up to it. Uncle Marvin and Tony. Now I know that white girl name. Her name is Tony. Uncle Marvin, he's still carrying on. He was still carrying on. I don't know if he will be later, but he was still carrying on with the white girl named Tony. The one he gave the dog to. And after another round of sex, Tony immediately turned to snort some coke, which she routinely does, except this time she offered some to Marvin, who declined. He told her he don't do drugs. He might sell them, but he don't smoke them. He don't sniff them. He don't snort them. He don't swallow them. He don't smoke them. In other words, he does not get high on his own supply for now. For now, because I have a feeling, y'all mark my words. Mark my words. I have a feeling that he's eventually going to start getting high on his own supply. I have a feeling. But anyway, everything was actually going pretty good. They had just had sex. They was laying around in the bed. She was snorting stuff up her nose. He was just relaxing. And she ends up trying to mosey up to him. She got a little bit too comfortable, wanting to get cozy and snuggling up and everything, after sex. Marvin wasn't with that shit. He wasn't trying to cuddle. He wasn't trying to kiss. He's like, hold up, I don't know where you from. But the brothers where I'm from, We don't cuddle. We don't cuddle. What he was really trying to say was not with no white woman. That's what he was trying to say. Not with no cocaine head snorting white woman. Yeah, so he kind of got upset. She kind of got upset. He called her a bitch. He ends up taking a doggone dog. And I'm like, some women can be so damn naive. Like, before she even had a chance to think about, that she had it good in the hood, because she really thought she had it good in the hood. He bounced the hell out on her. Took the dog and everything. I was like, you old Indian giver. How you gonna give her the dog because your sister had her other dog burnt up in the microwave, and then you gonna take it back just because she wanted to cuddle? Oh, he's a mess. That Marvin is a mess. What's up, Nick Nat? He said the girl said it was her first time. Yes. Hey, just Nat, thanks for liking the video. Yes, make sure you like and share the video. But yeah, Nikki, he said, that wasn't her first time. And that's why I'm like, she had to have been around the block and been around the block and Remember that song? I can't find my baby. I don't know where. Ooh, I used to love that song. I can't think who sings it. Ooh, I used to love that song. But anyway, moving right along. Y'all done got me caught up. Okay. Let's talk about Unique and his crew. Okay. Thanks to Unique and his crew getting popped, on that big re-up they had. I think they lost about, I can't remember how much. I think it was maybe $2 or $4 million. I can't remember how much it was, but it was a lot of money. It was in the millions. So they had got popped on that big re-up. And so right now it's much too hot in the streets for them. So Dean, Hamadine, whatever that man name is, they call him Dean. He's the big supplier, right? The like kingpin, drug kingpin. But he wants to put a pause on the re-ups until the police shows their hands. And remember, he had threatened to do the same thing with Raquel, with Rock. He told her that if she got popped again like she did that day, that he was going to put this pause on her. He's going to put the brakes on their business relationship. But let me know what y'all think about, what y'all thought about Unique killing his killing his longtime partner, Trez. I swear, every time I talk too much, I start coughing. It'll be rambling on and on. My throat be getting dry. But what do you think about Unique killing his longtime partner, Trez? Oh, that was hard. Yeah, he was mad because she didn't feel it. But still, okay, I have a dog. It's been times where I forgot to feed him one day. I'm like, one day, I just double it up the next day. I'm like, it ain't like she starved the damn dog for weeks, or he could see the dog's rib cage, or the fur was falling off the dog. He was all malnourished and shit. He missed one meal. And that big old dog looked like he could miss a couple of meals, by the way. But anyway, that was funny though. He took that dog and said, "We out of here, bitch. Deuces." But as far as Neat, I thought that was wrong with him to kill his friend. I mean, I know how. I ain't been in the streets like that. I used to be in the streets, but I ain't been in the streets like that. But I know how I can get. Like, you don't know who you can trust. People say they innocent. You don't know for sure. They can be your best friend. Your partner, your ride or die. And he killed him. And I was like kind of upset about that. And it did look like Neek was really like upset about it. But he didn't think twice. He kind of like cringed when he had to shoot him. But he didn't think twice about it. And he basically blamed him for them getting popped. The way Neek sees it, had Trez not been getting high on their supply and getting high while he was on the clock, they wouldn't be dealing with that huge loss that they were dealing with at that time. But in his defense, at first it was like Neek suspected Trez of maybe being in on the setup. But then right after he killed him, he mentioned that he believed Rock might have had her hands in this. But Pee-wee, the dude that he was like hemming up on the wall, Pee-wee suggested that it was Officer Howard who could have been involved or responsible. And he was right. he was right. It wasn't necessarily his homeboy's fault, Trez, that they got robbed and that the police ran up on them or that they lost all that money and all those drugs. It wasn't necessarily his fault, even though he was high. Even though he was high. But they were set up. They were set up. They were going to get arrested and all that stuff anyway. So it didn't matter. But yeah, I thought that was kind of messed up that he killed his partner. Yeah. Yeah, you said you didn't think he had to do it. Yeah, he did clear. Yeah, he cleared some sin. It kind of looked like he almost wanted to cry too. I'm like, nah, he ain't about to cry. He ain't about to cry. He was just like, pow, you know. And I was like, oh God. And then do you see they tore his ear off first? I was thinking, okay, rip the brother's ear off. Hell, rip the other ear off. But don't kill the man. That's your boy. Y'all go way back like 4 flats. But I don't know. I just didn't sit right with me. I actually had to turn my head like, no. But yeah, so anyway, Pee Wee was right. I mean, Pee Wee, he was like, yeah, I think it's Officer Howard. And again, he is right. He is right. And so is Neek. Because Neek think it was Rob. Pee Wee think it was Officer Howard, which is Omar Epps, of course. But it's both of them. It's both of them. Because remember, Rock got the information from Smurf. You know, the one who wanted that money to go down south to his family. After she met up with Dean, she talked to him, to Smurf. Smurf gave her a tip. She ended up giving that tip to Officer Howard, and Officer Howard was the one who got them popped. So it was like, you know, they kind of tag teamed them. But they killed the boy anyway. But anyway, Nick told him, this might be my boy. We might go way back, but can't none of y'all asses be trusted. Y'all always suspect. Each and every one of y'all is always suspect. But again, he had an idea that Rock was the one responsible. But for now, they're since they can't re-up, through Dean, they're going, the product that they do have left, they're going to step all over it. They're going to step on it so much till it can't be stepped on no more, till it can't be stretched no more. They about to water down that stuff, you know, and give out all this whack rocks, coke, whatever it is. And was it Pee Wee who was like, if we do that, the customers won't trust us when we got the good stuff coming back in for Dean. But they need money. They need money. They got to make money somehow. So they going to roll with it. And they going to, you know, sell the stepped on drugs. And I hope that a lot of people don't die. Because I don't know what all, like I said, I ain't never done nothing like that. So I don't know how they stretch the drugs, if they put sugar in it, flour, cornmeal. I don't know. I don't know, but they gonna step on that shit till they can't step on it no more. Just checking the comments, make sure I didn't miss any. Okay. So now moving right along. Raquel and Kanan. Rock and Kanan. Okay, Rock. She was still upset about Kanan's grades, you know, still slipping. He hasn't been turning in his homework. He, especially a term paper for history. But not only that, but she also made it very clear to him that he is going to have to accept the fact that she is dating Symphony, who I still got my good eye on. I got my good eye on him. I'm giving him the side eye, the for real side eye. But dealing with his mother, you know, being with someone not much older than him, you know, I think that might be a little easier than, you know, what else she insisted upon, which was the classes. He just knew he was about to move up from squatting at the stash house, you know, making sure the stash house was good. He thought he was going to move on up in the ranks. He was like, whoa, hold up. This is a little bit too much pressure at one time. You telling me I can't be at the stash house no more. Then I got to go to these after school classes, and then they on the weekend too, every other Saturday. He thought he was about to be promoted to a higher position in the family, but was promoted to after school study classes at a nearby college. He didn't like that at all. But then after she told him that, she went to see the Colombian bodega. And I feel so bad. Y'all, I don't know how long this Colombian family is going to survive this business arrangement with Rock. I'm so scared for them. Rock, she went to see the Colombian, at the bodega where her business will be set up in their back storage area or whatever. Uncle Lou and Uncle Marvin, her two bros, they met up with her over there. They did a little inspection, checked the security system, the alarms. But out of her two brothers, am I missing something? Like, why did she put Marvin in charge of overseeing the movement and storage of their product and cash? I knew that was a bad move. I knew that was a bad move. But she put him in charge. She told the Colombian that's who's gonna be in charge of moving the dope and the cash over to the new stash area. And even though the stash spot is supposed to be more secret, more secure, more private, or so they say. Like, how long do you guys think that's gonna last? Granted, the doors to the stash room in the back of the bodega, it has a 14 gauge double reinforced steel door. And about 50, 11, it has so many bolts on that door from the top to the bottom. It had like 50, 11 dead bolts on that door. But we did see what happened to the other stash house. So how long do they think this one is going to be a secret? The store owner, Gabe, the one I feel so bad for, he had absolutely no idea. I mean, he couldn't have even imagined how much product they were going to be moving in and out of his store. And as far as Rock is concerned, he's only on a need to know basis with her and her crew. Need to know. He had me cracking up though. He be trying it with Rob. See, he gonna learn not to keep trying it with Rob, because we saw what happened to Tony when Tony tried it with Rob when they was at her club. The next day or a few days later, Tony's dog was going up and smoking her microwave. And that ain't funny, but it is a pet. But you know what I'm saying. He gonna learn today or maybe tomorrow. But she's like, as far as I'm concerned, you on a need to know basis. In other words, take your monthly rent payment, keep your mouth shut, and let them do what the hell it is they need to do in your spot. He was like, but this is my business. And I can't even talk how he talk, he's Colombian. But he was like, this is my business. And she was like, first of all, once I hand you this money, she slapped that money on his chest. She said, your business is now my business. And I know he probably wish, or at least the lady, I think the lady at the register, is that his wife? She looks too young to be his wife. I can't remember if that's his wife or his daughter. But even she was looking like, oh my God, like she just like, oh my God, what have we done? But I know he probably wish he would have rethought this business plan before he made the deal. He was up there demanding to know how much they was bringing in and out of there. But like Rock said, now that we here, need to know basis, bro. Need to know basis. But yeah, if he had the choice, I mean, not him, but if you have a choice, if anybody has a choice, never ever crawl into bed with drug dealers, the mafia, the mob, gangbangers, etc., because you might as well be sleeping in hell, because you done just sold your life, your family's life, and your business away to the devil. But to Gabe, all that money looks good for now. He happy now. He was looking at that money. He was like, okay, maybe I can do this. Okay, let's 100, 200, 300. He was counting all that money. He can pay some bills now, get some updates on the shop and everything. He child, and I guess you're right. He didn't. Well, he kind of had a choice in the beginning. But see, what's crazy was in the beginning. Remember, his wife had talked to Uncle Marvin and had told him that she was interested in doing business. But then when they came to the bodega, the husband was like, my wife, she don't handle business. I handle business. I'm the man of the house. All that kind of macho-ism stuff. And so he was like the one who kind of made the deal with Rock. But even though if he had a choice or not, he sure ain't got no choice now. And is that thunder? Or is that somebody's car? Because y'all know last night we was out without power again. We was without power a month ago, and we was without power again last night because of another really bad storm. And I was praying to God that we didn't go days without power again like we did yesterday. But the power went off around 10, 9, 10. Yeah, 9, 10, something like that. And it came back on around like 4 this morning. So I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. But yeah, I bet. Shoot, I don't know. He might be good. He be good, but I think he gonna live to regret it, die to regret it. That's just what I foresee. Okay. But yeah. So as far as Kanan and Davina, let me know what y'all think about these two. I think Kanan been making a lot of mistakes, but I think this one is probably right now the worst one. I think this is the biggest mistake he made with the one with Davina. Remember last week when we was talking about him and Davina, and I was like, "Look at his thirsty ass." He seen Davina outside that stash house. He hauled ass. He hauled ass to get out that. And Scrap was telling him, "Man, ain't nobody supposed to know we here. You gonna let people know we here? You supposed to stay in the stash house." He ran out the house. He caught up with Davina. They had a little conversation. She was like, "What's she doing in this house? It looked like a crack house or something." She was basically right. She was basically right. And I said at that time, mistake, mistake. Trouble, trouble. And of course, we saw what happened this last episode. But yeah, he was walking along with Davina, complaining to her about how his mother's boyfriend just invaded his dinner plans, the other day. But did he really invade the dinner, or was he invited over for dessert? See, we can look at it two different ways. He was actually invited over for dessert by his mom. But yeah, he was going on and on and on about, his mother forcing him to attend after school study classes, while Davina was just wishing she knew where her mother was. Her mother's out there cracked out on drugs in the street, and she was like, "I would just love for my mother to care about me or pay attention to my studies." She would much rather have that, instead of being left alone all the time, trying to tend to her little sister and go to school at the same time. Like, she's tending to her very little sister and trying to keep up with her studies and go to school at the same time. But anyway, after kissing her goodbye, Kanan, he's so caught up. The title of the show. Did y'all really catch the title of the show? See, sometimes the title of these shows that we be watching, we be reviewing, they have a big message in them, and sometimes we don't even really see the message. But the title in this show was called "Don't Sleep." Don't sleep. A lot of people in this show was asleep, including Kanan. He was asleep. Like you part of a drug family. Your mother is one of the biggest drug dealers in your area. You are her child. Your friend was just responsible for killing. Hold on, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. Let me push mute because I don't want y'all to hear it. Okay, am I good? Nose clean. Okay, yeah, he was asleep. He was asleep. Like, he was supposed to be like eyes in the back of your head, always watching your surroundings and everything. It could be anybody following you to kidnap you or anything. And again, his homeboy was responsible for Buck 20's murder, so you definitely should be paying attention to your surroundings. He didn't even see them sitting around lurking in the car. He didn't even see Neek and his boy lurking in the car, in the distance. He was just up there caking with Davina, who he shouldn't even be caking with. Like, really? Y'all is responsible for her deceased boyfriend's murder, and you caking it with her. I don't understand it. But anyway, after he left, Neek, he walked up, approached her, Basically told her exactly what he needed to tell her to get some information, to get some 411, to get some intel. Neek approached her and he was like, you know what? Something's going on. This is what he's thinking, something going on. Like, I know they responsible for Buck 20's death, for his murder. And now he's caking with Davina? That just don't look right. But that ain't all Neek was thinking. He immediately put a plan together to act all concerned about Davina's mother being all cracked out. Evidently, Neek had a relative named Rudy who was also on that shit really bad. So Neek took his own money, put his relative through rehab. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But he managed to say the right thing to Davina. He claimed to her that he knows the whereabouts of her mother, which he said was in Brooklyn. He also claimed that Buck 20, would have wanted him to look out for her, as well as wanting her to look out for Neek. He was putting it on thick. He was putting it on real thick. He was telling her that he'll help put her mother through rehab as well, if she could possibly give him any kind of information on Kanan or his friends. And I was like, here we go. Here we go. Whew, Kanan, yes, he was not watching. He never be watching his surroundings. I swear he don't. He just be walking and talking and bopping along with his friends, or, but yeah, he be never paying attention. Never paying attention. But yeah, Nee told Davina exactly what she wants to hear. She really wants her mother off the street. She wants her mother to get clean. So he told her basically, I can help you if you can give me a little bit of information, anything that you can think of, because he knows, and he told her. Now, Davina had been hearing about it too. Oh, I think I'm coming down with a cold. But Davina had been hearing rumors in the street too, that Kanan and his boys had something to do with it, but Kanan keeps denying it over and over again. He keeps denying it. So Neek put it in her ear like, I know Kanan might not have killed Buck, but I believe his friends really had something to do with it. D Wiz, and D Wiz was murdered by Uncle Luke. So she's like, okay, I really want my mother off the streets. I really want her in rehab. Well, there is this house where I seen Kanan at, and it looks like a stash house or a crack house, and I don't know for sure. She just basically revealed where the stash house was, where the location was, and now that he got that information, will he keep his end of the bargain? Is my question. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he's going to keep his end of the bargain? Do y'all think he's really going to put her mother through rehab? And not just put her mother through rehab. Neek knows that, again, Kanan didn't kill Buck. D Wiz killed Buck. Just as well he knows that Kanan knows more than what he's letting on to Davina. So, just like that, to save her mother from the streets, Davina also crawled in bed with the devil. Just a different type of devil. Just a different face. Just like the man at the bodega. Just like Smurf crawling in bed with the devil. But yeah, she gave him the location of the staff. And then Neek also promised not to let anything happen to Kanan. He even put that on his child, that he would not harm Kanan. Now, we saw what happened. And he wasn't like really harmed. He got hit, but he wasn't like really harmed. But we're gonna get to that in a minute. But let's talk about famous Laverne and Kanan first. We getting there, y'all. Y'all know I like to leave the juicy stuff to the end. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. You said, I think he was trying to get the 411 and use her vulnerable. Yeah, she is vulnerable right now. She misses her mother. She don't really have a mother. She's a teenager taking care of a kid, raising a kid that ain't hers, and trying to go to. Her boyfriend just got killed. She's really, really vulnerable. So he's taking advantage of her wholeheartedly. He is. Yes, he is. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this storyline. And this storyline, well, okay, let's discuss famous Laverne and Kanan. Okay, famous Laverne and Kanan, they met up at a game room or some game room store or something. Famous was anxious, to tell them how Crown Camacho was going to put him on with his music. And Laverne, she was playing video games, and when she heard him say that he was in there doing using studio time for free, she got upset, stormed off. She was pissed. She ran into her Uncle Lou, tried begging him to pay for her or her to do studio time, or either, talk to Famous's sister or talk to, Crown to see if she can get some free studio time as well. Because as you can see, she has been shoplifting and boosting to pay for her studio time. And she feels kind of like, forget that. Why should Famous, get studio time for free when she's just as good? She's not a rapper like Famous, she's a singer, but she's just as good as him. But Lou, he don't want no parts. He don't want no parts. He claims that his brother Marvin, Jukebox dad, would be upset because he said Uncle Marvin, believes that Laverne should get it in the mud, just like they used to. You know how some of us have kids and we're like, okay, we ain't just gonna buy you this. You gotta work for this. We'll meet you halfway. You come up with half, I come up with half. When it's like something big kids want to, every parent do things differently. But yeah, we got it in the mud back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he said Uncle Marvin would be. But besides that, he had just went off on Famous's sister, the girl that he's kicking it with, for involving herself with Crown. So I think that's one of the main reasons why he didn't want to get, involved with Crown. Like, okay, we have a business thing going on. I'm giving you drugs. I really don't want my niece to be involved with a producer who's on drugs. And that man, Crown, he be going through some drugs, okay? But anyway, Laverne wasn't willing to sit around and just watch Famous make music and her not get in where she fit in. So what did she do? She hit up some of her booster buddies to see if they can help her out. They toned her down. She's always there for them. They didn't want to be there for her, so she cussed them out, slammed the phone down. Ooh, you know how long it's been since I see a payphone? That's one thing I love about these old school type of scene movies, right? Because they show like the cell phones and the home phones and the rotary phones, things like that. But yeah, so she had to do it by herself this time, and we saw she did get caught. She did get caught. I was like, look at Jukebox. She got a few feet away, like a few yards away from the truck where she stole that Ralph Lauren polo jacket and was walking around with the jacket like she was all cool, like she just purchased that shit from the mall off the rack. She was just walking around all carefree as if she bought the damn thing. And then the security guard, I almost didn't even recognize him. He recognized her. He was like, I know you. He said, and because of the fact that I know you, I'm going to let you go this time. Take this damn jacket. But I swear if you come back again, I'm not letting you go the next time. But she did him a solid. Even though they stole all that shit last time, she did get him a solid because that boy she was with was beating the mess out of him. And he probably would have killed him or, severely injure him if Jukebox didn't say anything. If she didn't force him, she had that knife or that box cutter. She had something that she had pulled out on the boy to make him stop beating the security guard. So he remembered her. And she could have easily, just as well saved his life. So he was like, okay, I'm going to save you from going to jail this time. Because she, intervened when he was getting his ass kicked last time. But he did let her go. The white girl, who I really don't know her name, but we going to call her Nicole because, hey, what's up, Miss Hall? What's up? How you doing? Because Lady Virtue says she thinks her name is Nicole, so we gonna call her Nicole. You said you're going to bed been in the hospital. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, hon. I really do hope you're feeling better. Y'all throw some prayers up for Miss Hall. Throw some prayers up for her. I hope you really do feel better, hon. Excuse me. But yeah, we gonna call her Nicole. Nicole, okay. So she doesn't want her shoplifting. She mentioned it last week. I don't think you should be doing this. You and those guys, stop what you're doing, stealing all this kind of stuff. And I think it's finally kicking in to Jukebox. She could have went to jail this time. So, I guess the girl, Nicole, she's listening to her. She's listening to her. This is a new relationship. Jukebox isn't that she doesn't strike me as the type of person who takes advice too easily from just anybody. You know, we done seen her get upset real easy, snap on her own folks, you know, her own peeps and stuff. But she's listening to her. And then instead of selling the jacket, knowing she needs money for studio time, she hands it over to Nicole and tells her, this is for you. And whenever you wear the jacket, look at the jacket, I want you to think of me, you know, be reminded of me. I was like, oh, how romantic. The next thing you know, that white girl, she was pulling down Jukebox drawers, not panties. She had on boxers. She was pulling down her boxers. And Jukebox was like, I ain't never did this before. But the white girl did. She knew exactly what she was doing. And all I was thinking was, please don't let her parents walk in that room like they did last time. Child. But yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that. Do y'all think their relationship can stand the test of times when they are from two totally different worlds? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. But okay, so we almost done here. We about to wrap this up. We've been on here for a minute. We've been on here for 45 minutes. We about to wrap this up. But yeah, Rock, she ends up getting 2 apartment units in the projects. She manages to convince the property manager or the building manager to accept some money to relocate 2 tenants so that she could get 2 other apartment buildings because the apartment building didn't have any vacancies. So she managed to do that. And while she's over there making money moves, Uncle Marvin went over Scrap's house to help him, to get him to help move the stash from the bodega. But he wasn't feeling well. He had the bubble guts. Talking about he had some bad chicken, Kung Pao Chinese chicken or something. He said, I ain't going nowhere. My ass is leaking. I ain't going nowhere. Who the hell be cracking up? So since Scrap wasn't well enough to put in work, Uncle Marvin then went and picked up Kanan, who definitely was not supposed to be putting in any work. And like I said last week, I cannot wait till Rock finds out what Kanan has been up to. And he's supposed to be studying. You know, all you're supposed to be doing after school studies, weekend studies. You ain't supposed to be doing nothing along the business with drugs, anything like that. And I cannot believe that Marvin is doing this behind his sister's back. Like, this ain't just some thug, some boy on the street that he's recruiting. This is his sister's only child, her son, her only child, his nephew. But he takes Kanan over there, tells him to start boxing all the shit. Marvin goes to the bodega to drop off the first load, and while he's over there, Unique we see kick the door in. While he's kicking the door in, Uncle Marvin was at the bodega stealing cans of dog food, while his nephew was being robbed. I can't help but to think that he should have known better. He left Kanan in that stash house all by himself. Like, their rival right now just lost millions of dollars. Scrap is the one who usually is set up at the stash house, but thanks to the Kung Pao chicken, his butt is literally stuck to the toilet. And y'all, I might be reaching, but for some reason, why did I get the feeling that chicken is not what's got him feeling not too well? I don't know. I just feel I was getting an eerie feeling like he might have some sickness or he might be on drugs. I don't know. But anyway, Marvin left Kanan there all by himself with all those drugs and all that money. No weapon, no backup, no lookout guys, no security, nothing, nada. It's a miracle that Kanan didn't wind up in the hospital. And I mean, like, all the stuff that he's been through so far, like the death of Buck, the death of D Wiz, like so much has been happening to Kanan. And now this. So when his mother picked him up, he couldn't even look her in the face when she had to drop him off for his after-school history class. And I believe that's why he was probably so quick to say that he'll give Symphony another chance, from now on, because he was just trying to literally get out the car and get away from her You said not the draws. Yeah, not the draws. She didn't have on no drawers, no panties. She had on some boxers. You know how some gay women, some lesbian women, the studs, they like to wear the tank tops, the boxers, sagging, all that kind of stuff, like boys. But yeah, she had on boxers. But yeah, I'm like, Kanan couldn't even look at his mother when he got in the car. She was up there giving him this "it's us against the world" speech, it's me against the world, and he just knew not to tell her anything that involved him, Uncle Marvin, nor the stash house. But it didn't take her long to find out. It did not take her, and I'm up here looking like, yeah, is it me? Am I the only one who stopped picking up my kids' room like when they were 5 or 6? Am I the only one who gave my children responsibilities when they were in grade school? Like, by the time my kids was 12, they could they could do laundry without me standing over them. They knew how much bleach to put in. They knew how to put the fabric softener in. They knew how to wash the clothes. They knew not to stuff the washer and dryer, so it won't overheat or break down. Wash dishes, clean their room. Man, that's funny because the other day my oldest son was telling his baby mama. He said, I remember when I was little, my mom had us cleaning up every day. I said, you damn right. Y'all woke up cleaning y'all room up and y'all went to bed cleaning y'all room up. You sure did. I didn't clean up no rooms. But anyway, about to have me go off on a tangent. She was cleaning up that big old boy's room, picking up his dirty clothes and shit. And then she came across the bloody sweatshirt that he was wearing when Neek, man, who child? Listen, I don't understand this Uncle Marvin, y'all. Maybe he is on drugs. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Uncle Marvin. Like, first he left him there. First he got him. First he had on. Okay, let's go all the way back. First he gave him his first bag of drugs to sell, which he ain't supposed to be selling drugs. Then he put him in the stash house to help him move the stash to the new stash place. He ain't supposed to be involved in anything with the drugs. Oh, he left him there by himself to get robbed. Okay. So then when Uncle Marvin comes back, see him getting robbed, he gets one of the dudes. I think he actually shot one of the dudes in the van too. I mean in the car too. He didn't shoot Neek, but I think he might have shot the other one. And then of course he killed the dude and that was still in the stash house. All that blood got over Kanan's shirt, his sweatshirt. And I was like, why did Uncle Marvin allow him to come home with that shirt on? Like, they could have dropped that shirt off anywhere. They could have threw that shirt off a mountain. They could have put it in a river. They could have burned it up in the alley in a trash can. They could have did anything with that sweatshirt. Instead, all that man's blood was all over Kanan's sweatshirt, and he wore the sweatshirt home and threw it under his bed. That I didn't understand that storyline, that scene right there, because I'm like, obviously his mother cleans up his room and picks up his room, so why would you throw the sweatshirt right under your bed where she might be able to find it? So anyway, yeah, it didn't take Rock long to find out that something is amiss in her own home. So next week I can't wait to find out if Kanan is going to be honest with her. What he's going to tell her, what reason, what excuse is he going to give her? Is she going to find out that he's been selling drugs, that instead of Scrappy helping to move the stash to the new stash house, that it was him? Is she going to get upset with Uncle Marvin? Are they going to get into some big rift? I don't know. What y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. And anybody who comes in and watch this show afterwards, after the live is over, make sure you leave your comments in the comment section below the video. Like and share the video and subscribe to the Hood Table if you are not already subscribed. And also, thank you to all our supporters, subscribers, friends, family, to all the official Hood members, the official hoodies who have joined our channel, who pay $1.99 per month to be members, official members of the Hood Table. Anybody else who wants to be a member, all you gotta do is click the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button. Now, I say that all to say we have finally reached 1 million views. We are actually at 1,300,000. So we are over the mile marker of 1 million views. So shout out to you guys, because we would not have done it without everybody watching our videos, sharing our videos, subscribing to our channel. We are going to have a party. It'll most likely be Wednesday. Probably around 8 o'clock. We're gonna have like a 1,000,000 views celebration party. It's gonna be an open panel. Anybody could jump up on the panel with us up here on the screen. We about to kick it, okay? We about to turn up to celebrate our 1,000,000 views. And that might not seem a lot to some people. It might not seem like nothing to some people, because some people got 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Some people got millions of subscribers. You know what I'm saying? So we a little drop in the bucket compared to a lot of big YouTubers. But I am extremely proud of our platform. I really am extremely proud of our platform. And before I go, that reminds me of something else. What I'm going to do here is drop the link in the chat to our backup channel, because a lot of YouTubers have backup channels just in case, just because channels. So I'm going to drop that link right now. And a lot of y'all have been subscribing to the channel, so I do appreciate you. I appreciate you for supporting us on any of our channels. So I'm going to drop the link right now. And I've been dropping a link on our community wall for about the last week or so since I created the channel. But thank you, Lady Virtue. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, I just dropped the link. To our backup channel. So if you could please click that link and go over real quick and subscribe and hit the notification bell to our backup, the Hood Table channel. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. You said, okay, let me read your comment here. You said, right. See, the title of the show is Said It All. Don't sleep. It was so many things that went wrong in this one episode. Like, you right. Uncle Lou told him to burn the shoulder after Buck 20 was killed. And so you got all that blood on you from the dude at the stash house, and you take the shirt home and put it under your bed. Child. But anyway, that's all I got on this show. I hope y'all enjoyed our review. And make sure, again, you like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that link in the chat to subscribe to our backup channel. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And never, ever forget to keep it hood. Bye. Good night.